Hello, sir.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Oh, nothing. What is shaking?
Not a whole lot.
Half day.
That's something.
I can deal with that every day.
Yeah.
Every single day. Since we're in such a good mood, we will welcome everyone to another episode of The Commute.
Yeah, well, I will be your driver.
And I will be your passenger. A lot of food stories today.
Yeah?
Yeah. Would have been good if we could have had them for Friday when we go to Fogo.
Yeah. I think I'm ready.
Oh, I've been ready. So, there's a company out there called Lollipops. And they make lollipops.
Okay.
Okay. Their shtick is they try to make different types, unique kind of lollipops. They have three new flavors that they are putting out there.
Yeah.
All beer flavored. IPA, a lager, and a stout. They also have wine flavors. They have a Cab Sav. They have a Chardonnay and a Merlot. Things I'd be interested in trying. They try to keep it true to the beer. The IPA, they said, tastes very hoppy. The stout is very dark. Some of the other flavors that they have a ton of flavors. They have, I can't imagine what these would taste like, but they have some named after flowers. I don't know if they kind of, I don't know if I would like them. I'm thinking of like these flower scented candles. I'm not really a big fan of them.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's like tea and stuff that's flavored after.
That's true. That's
flowers
true.
And stuff. So I mean, it's.
They have tea flavored ones, but their website is really cool. I mean, they have a picture with someone, you know, licking or doing whatever with a lollipop in each one, but the pictures are very artistic, even. Really, you gotta check them out. They're
Okay.
good pictures. Little seductive, but but artistically done. Some other flavors that they have that are interesting are absinthe.
Oh, okay.
Absinthe flavored. Blue cheese. You want a blue cheese flavored lollipop?
I do not.
We might be trying one. We might be adding these to the food list.
Yeah, they're just different enough to.
You gotta at least try it, you know?
Right.
They have a bourbon. They have a chai tea. Sriracha. They have all different kinds of daiquiris. You go 95?
Yeah, I gotta get over.
You gotta be, yeah, you wanna do it a little bit. What else do they have? They have one called Party Girl, which is supposed to taste like birthday cake icing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That'd be sweet. It might be a little too sweet. They have a maple bacon. And they also have...
I knew there was one.
And this is going on the list. Breast milk. They have a breast milk flavored lollipop.
Oh.
You up for it? Yeah, you are.
No.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Oh, your lips say no.
My whole body says no. Damn it, no.
You got it. You're in Delaware. You should have painted your license plate black.
Except for all the cops.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, don't let me over, you fucking twat.
Sorry, you can also make a Yui up here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Just watch out for the cameras.
That's a lot.
All these have fucking cameras. So I think we found, because we wanted to put the alcohol on our food list, and that got taken away.
Come off, yeah.
And that wouldn't have been till the fall anyway. So I see some breast milk lollipops in our future. Some blue cheese lollipops. We're gonna need some kind of palate cleanser in between.
Yeah.
You know, each. And they say water's the best palate cleanser. So. So that is quite interesting. But check out the site. It's Lollyphile.
Yeah.
LOLLYPHILE.
I don't know. That's Interesting, weird. I don't know what else to. Breast milk one. I knew there was one in there. There had to be the hook.
You knew it. You knew it. So that's what we're going with. So let's check out this date in history. April 23rd, 1987. Chrysler buys automaker Lamborghini.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew they owned them.
I did not either. That's why I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, wow. But then it says they sold it again in 94 to an Indonesian investment group, and again in 98 to Volkswagen. Why does no one want Lamborghini?
I don't know. Expensive to produce. You know, you don't sell a whole lot of them. There's not a whole lot of turnover.
Yeah.
So
it's just weird because Lamborghini has this reputation, yet it's all these different companies making them.
Yeah, exactly.
Throughout time, kind of like you've been had.
Oh.
And really, all you're buying is a Volkswagen.
Yes, that's all you're buying now.
You know.
Volkswagen, and they actually have a high-end line already too. So I was kind of surprised that
Volkswagen has a high-end line.
Yeah, they've got Bugatti.
Oh, that's right.
So
well, maybe they know what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, maybe there's development teams like combined, or
yeah, there's something to it.
You know.
Interesting.
But yeah, I thought that was kind of cool.
You see, you learn stuff on the commute. you don't just get goofy news. You learn stuff.
Mm-hmm.
April 23rd, 1561. William Shakespeare was born.
Mm-hmm.
No actual record exists, but he was baptized April 26th, and 3 days was a standard amount of time to have his baptism. Wow.
Yeah, so there's no exact record of him being born, but there's a record of his baptism at the local.
Just with the church.
Mm-hmm.
He died April 23rd, 1616 at the age of 52. The ripe old age of 52.
Right on his birthday.
Wow. They say that a lot of people, if you look at a lot of tombstones, people die more often than not on not their birthday, but the same date. So if you were born, say, on the 15th, you're going to die on the 15th. It's that way. My mother was that way. She was born on the 3rd, died on the 2nd. However, it would have been the 2nd, but they didn't have daylight savings time. So if it would have stayed the same, it would have been the same day. My mother-in-law the same way. Yep, same date. That's how I found all this out.
Man, that's odd.
I said, that's odd. And then I was in a horrific state of depression. And, you know, one of the hospice nurses had to say, well, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, this is what I want to hear right now. Thanks. Thanks.
Dude, shit is plotting against us.
I'm telling you, man, it's like, nothing to be. Can't get over. Ramps are closed. Great googly moogly. Sorry, we'll be good. The other thing, too, you're saying the standard was, I don't know why this made me think of it, 3 days to be baptized. My grandmother had a thing where she said back in the day, this was an old Italian thing, that if you got your ears pierced within the first week of being born, you would never suffer headaches. And she had her ears pierced, you know, a couple days after being born. And she said now she lived to be 83, 82, 83, something like that. And she said she had never once had a headache in her whole life. She did not know what a headache felt like. She said, I couldn't tell you. She said, I'm glad I don't, because I hear they're painful.
Yeah, that's...
I was like, damn it, why didn't my parents think of that? You know?
So pierce ears.
And then so I wanted to do it with my kid, and, you know, I got...
the whole...
oh, my
poo-poo
Lord.
on that.
You're a monster! you will burn in hell.
Jeez.
You're not... I don't even know if a place would do that. I said, trust me, baby, money talks. A lot of... I'll do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Piece of ice and a sewing needle and... you're all set.
Yeah, oh, no. Let me tell you what. My mother was a nurse. And I had each ear pierced. And I wanted a second one in the one ear. So she said, I can do it. I said, you're going to do it. She says, yeah. She said, I got hypodermic needles. She said, you don't even need ice. Like, you won't even feel the needle go in your ear because they're made to, you know, so you're not feeling. I'll put it through and bam. All right, I trust you. So I lay on her bed and she gets a hypodermic needle in, out, all the way through. Didn't feel a thing. I was like, man, this is great. Well, then she was trying to put the post in. Well, she's trying to put it in this little hypodermic hole, you know? And I'm sitting there, and she's like pushing and pushing, and I'm on the side of the room going, "Ah, stop it, you're hurting me." And she's going, "Oh, stop it, you big baby." And she's like grabbing my ear and trying to push it. I'm like, no, stop, I can't take it. And blood is trickling down my neck. I feel it coming down my neck. And she's like, "Oh," I'm like, "Look at the blood." I'm like, "Look what you're doing to me." And finally she popped that bitch through. Oh, it wasn't that bad. Oh, yeah, come here, your turn.
Yeah, step right up.
Your turn. Oh, man.
That's how my one done. We were like camping or whatever and drinking and everything else. It was like, whatever. Yeah.
So how'd you do it?
Piercing here. Yeah, ice and sewing needle.
Oh, sewing needle.
Yeah.
See, that would be ideal because it's thick enough. It's going to make a hole.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I mean,
I dare you to get a needle in your arm and then try to find the hole.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. Ay.
Yeah. So that was easy, and then I did the other one when I got back from camping and stuff, and went to one of those kiosk things. I felt like that to me hurt worse than.
Oh yeah.
The sewing needle. Yeah.
So I didn't mind the gun. I had.
Yeah,
my first one was done by this girl I knew. We just iced both sides, and she got a safety pin, and then it went through, and that was fine, no problems. The other one, my girlfriend at the time, her mom was a hairdresser and had the gun, so she did the gun. I didn't mind that at all.
Yeah.
That was the least painful. And then my mom. Good Lord. And I had to stop wearing. I wore them for a while. I had to stop wearing my earrings because when I got married, I had like little hoops I would wear, you know, little gold hoops. And we got a dog, and she would like to sleep up by her head on the pillow, a little puppy. And she thought earrings were the coolest thing.
Oh yeah.
And I'd wake up, her trying to pull them out of my ear. You know, get off, and her little puppy tooth was hung on it. And so that's enough of this.
Yeah. Take them out.
One time she was all sniper-like. She was sitting on the back of the couch, and my sister was sitting in front of her, and she didn't even know she was there. It's a tiny little puppy, and she just kind of stalked her out. I'm looking at her, and she just leapt, grabbed the earring with her tooth, and took it with her. Like, luckily it was one that didn't have a back, you know, it just like hung down. But she grabbed that bitch and ran.
Man.
And she was like, "What the hell?" I was like, "Oh yeah, don't wear earrings around here."
That's what she does.
Man. April 23rd, 1967. Soviet astronaut Vladimir Komarov, did I say that right? Is killed when his parachute fails to deploy on landing.
Yeah, so he went up and like went around a few times, and they were having trouble like getting him back. But they finally worked out that problem. Came back in, and it got tangled or something, and the parachute didn't deploy.
Where was he? Was he landed in the ocean?
No.
Or is that why they started landing in the ocean?
Yeah, probably.
Just in case. The Soyuz 1.
Yeah, it was a spaceship.
Earlier in 1967, American astronauts Gus Grissom, Edward White, Roger Chaffee killed in a fire.
Yeah, that was at.
I gotta take my coat off.
It's getting hot.
For your viewing pleasure.
Creep up there, come on. Fuck.
Ah, you're good. Safety first on the commute.
Everyone's prime concern.
So where were these guys killed at? Were they in space when the fire, or?
No, it was on the ground. It was, they were testing like a new capsule. And that was the one I was talking about before where, well, they showed on, the Right Stuff, that movie.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, there was no, like, escape hatches or anything like that at that time.
Oh, that was the one they couldn't get them out of there. And right. And more gin knowledge.
Yes.
Look at this. In celebration of today, we are on our way to the Painted Stave. We're going to check that place out, distillery in Smyrna, Delaware. So we'll have a shorter episode today. At least we think.
Yeah.
See how long traffic.
If that was anything like, the rest of this trip.
So let's see, dry or London dry are terms to distinguish sweetened gin from unsweetened gin.
Yeah, and then later on I found that just the term dry itself for wine or anything else is just meant to be the opposite of sweet.
Oh,
so that's what the term dry means.
So anything that's not sweet is dry.
Right.
Even
that
so
doesn't have
bitter.
That sweet.
Does bitter mean dry then?
No, not necessarily.
Is it going to be sweet and bitter?
Right. Well, no, I don't know if it can be sweet bitter, but it distinctly means the opposite of sweet. So anytime you have the exact opposite of it, you're talking about something that's dry.
So we can ask them what kind they make.
Right.
Dry or sweet.
Most likely it'll be dry.
Gin is the distillation of a neutral spirit, unflavored, with a botanical, usually juniper berries. So why'd you say most unlikely sweet?
Because it's not always. I mean, it's.
Is it usually more often dry than not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it used to be that it was made sweet because the distillation process and everything else, it was like a poor quality. So they started sweetening it to get rid of the crap taste. So that was the most popular.
Huh.
But now that we have like more modern distillation techniques and stuff, we can make it dry and
we can make anything we want now.
Still make it taste good.
You want breast milk flavored gin? You got it.
Can do.
Sloe gin is sweetened and usually infused with sloes, or fruit of the blackthorn. Yeah. What is blackthorn?
That's a good question. Questions lead to more questions.
I'm telling you, the never-ending gin trail.
Yep.
Okay, so...
But that's sloe gin, because I've seen that before.
Yeah, I've seen that. I never thought to ask him that. Dry is a term when describing liquor as the opposite of sweet.
Right.
Basil smash.
Yeah, this was one video I found on there. This guy was talking about the I think it was Blackthorn Gin, that was the company, and he was talking about different gin drinks that he likes, and that one seemed pretty simple.
Fresh basil, lemon juice, sugar, and gin.
Yeah, you kind of mash it all up.
So you're going to get gin and add sugar to it on top of?
Yeah. Wow. So you get a dry gin and then sugar, lemon, and basil.
I was just reading the most sought-after mixed drink right now. You want to take a guess?
I would say mixed drink. I don't know, probably that mojito thing where they smash the...
I guess. I would have thought of that too. It's the White Russian.
White Russian?
Yeah. So that is the most popular, and they said it's even getting to the point where people are looking back to figure out, because the recipe has changed so much down the line. It was originated in Ireland, and they're trying to bring it back to the way it's supposed to be. So a lot of times people just layer it.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to mix it, pour it over ice so it aerates and kind of gets like a little bubbly. So it's almost like a coffee milkshake.
Right.
And you have to use a thicker cream. People weren't using thick cream because in Ireland, when they would do it, the cow or the milk was always thick and sweet because they got it right outside the door, you know? So.
Pretty cool.
So that's that little history. Let's see, where else are we going here? I know I had some other food stuff. Maybe I was lying. Oh, no, I wasn't. I knew I wasn't a liar. Haagen-Dazs Japan on May 12th will be releasing their veggie ice cream. They're going to, they call it Spoon Veg. They're going to come out with a tomato cherry flavored ice cream and a carrot orange flavored ice I don't know if it's meant to be orange carrot, but they say carrot orange. Probably because of this. They said they don't want it to, they still want it to taste sweet. Mm-hmm. They don't want it to taste like a tomato. So they add fruit flavors to it to make it sweet. So to the tomato the tomato cherry one, which I was thinking cherry tomato is what they were getting at.
Mm-hmm.
They're using tomatoes and adding cherry flavor to it.
Yeah.
So to bring it sweet. The carrots, they're adding citrus flavor to it. So orange, citrus.
Well, carrot orange is a pretty popular combination as it is. I mean,
Yeah.
that was like one of the best meals we had when we went to Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
Was a bowl of carrot and orange soup, and it was fantastic. I've tried to recreate it, and I haven't been able to.
Really?
Since,
Oh, a challenge.
Yeah.
A challenge. All right.
Yep.
I want to make you some carrot orange soup, Larry.
I'm telling you, it was
the judge.
some of the best soup I've ever had.
Well, I mean, carrots in general, when you juice them down, are sweet anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm surprised that you have to add much. Really.
Well, it depends. Yeah, I mean, if you're making it with raw carrots, it's not going to be as sweet. But if you roast them, that'll bring that out.
Even raw carrots. You ever take a raw carrot and just juice it?
No.
Sweet. Yeah. I used to have a juicer. I still probably do, but I don't use it because it's awesome. But what a pain in the balls to clean.
Yeah.
It's just like. But yeah, man. If you had, like, you want a veggie, juice up some oranges and pineapple, bananas, anything that's naturally sweet anyway. But throw some carrots in there. Doesn't affect it at all. It just stays sweet. But even just straight carrot juice, is sweet. I knew Bugs Bunny was onto something. There's a teen from Tennessee, 19-year-old girl, Dallas Archer. She was arrested the other day for driving with a suspended license. Well, now she is facing felony charges. They took her in to process her, and while frisking her, the female officer noticed there was a foreign object on her person. She had, let me get it straight here, a .22 revival on her. Actually, it was in her. She hid her gun in her vagina. A .22 revolver. Guess she thought, I don't want to get caught with this thing. Bloop. Up it goes.
Wow.
So I'm thinking this girl was pretty loose because, she was walking around with this shit. Like, you don't just nonchalantly stick a gun all the way in your crotch.
Yeah.
Here they found out the gun was stolen from a 70-year-old man during an auto theft about a year ago. They asked him if he wants it back. He says, sure, after you wash it in bleach. But I mean, in places to hide a gun, it's thrown under the seat. You're just getting pulled over for whatever.
Yeah, why?
She could have been like, oh, it's not mine, or come up with something.
Well,
and to think they're not going to find it on you there, you're being arrested.
Yeah.
Don't take it with you. And God forbid you fall or you trip and the gun goes off.
You're done from the inside.
I mean, that's there's many reasons why I don't carry a gun on me, but one of them is that's like a fear of mine. It's just going to go off.
Well, and
I'm going to shoot a toe or something.
Also, too, I mean, if you just left it like in the car, you could maybe get away with, oh, it's not mine.
Yeah.
It's in you.
It's in you.
You can't really say it's not yours.
What? How did that get there? I must have fell over this morning at my boyfriend's house while getting dressed. Thank God it didn't go off. Thank you, officer. There's a new fad. I think new fad going on with Call of Duty players.
Okay.
It is called swatting. What they do is you play Call of Duty online and with whoever, and let's say the person beats you. The trend is, now keep in mind, these are total strangers. If someone beats you, good game, whatever. You try to get as much information about them as you can so you can find out where they live. Then people call 911 to try to get the cops to come there. And this one guy had called 911, said he shot several of his family members and is going to continue to kill because he was beaten by a 17-year-old kid. And he gives this kid's address. So the SWAT team comes to this kid's house to take care of business. Well, you got points for this. based on if a helicopter comes, how many cop cars there are, if the SWAT team comes, and how they enter your house, the type of entry, like if they kick in the door and people are keeping score, and it's got to be known, like a record, like in the news or something like that, and then you get points for it.
Oh, look, one more reason for me not to play games like that online.
Not just that, but you're giving information enough to where they know your address.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
But I guess there's other ways to find that out too. I mean, all those accounts are kind of interconnected now, so it's not too much of a
gamer
lead.
tags. I'm sure certain people can find it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not that too far off the beaten track for them to.
But yeah, that's just why I don't. I mean, well, like you said, there's another reason, but I hate playing online.
Yeah, it sucks. It's the worst, man.
In Gulf, Ontario, there's a strip club called the Manor. Well, they kind of expanded their business this week on Easter Sunday. They started to double the strip club as a church. They hold mass right up on the stage, right between the poles.
Okay.
And let's see, it is Jack Ninabar and his wife host a Christian fellowship service there to bring religion to those who don't feel comfortable seeking it out.
It's in the same place where you seek out other things.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I get what they're doing, but maybe introduce it to me somewhere else. If I'm at the strip club, that's the last place I want to be.
Well, it's not like that during the regular hours.
Well, what are the regular hours? I mean,
I don't know. They're probably going to do
Who are they getting? Who's going to church at a strip club?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to do a quick change from like Saturday to Sunday morning.
Unless that's their way of, maybe it's when mass is going on, there's no cover charge.
Right.
So people are going to come anyway. Hey, you know what? Come freaking in. When it's over, the strippers will come out.
Yeah.
Dressed like nuns.
Well, you can't fault them for wanting to do double duty on their building,
Nah, you kidding? I'm sure they're getting something for it.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're getting, let's say we don't open till noon. Okay, hold mass at 10. Throw a couple honey my way.
Yeah, run it out to whatever church it is.
So I'm going to start going back to church. And moving to Ontario. I couldn't move north, man. I'm so sick of even just the wind today. The wind made it a little cooler than normal, and I was just like, when? It's not even warm yet, and I'm cutting my goddamn grass. I don't... This is supposed to be warm, like, isn't...
Yeah.
And I saw a spot on my grass that I didn't really miss. Like, it put, like, where it was really tall, it pushed the grass over and didn't cut a section.
Oh, man.
So it's just like this little, like, fistfuls worth of grass, and it's starting to rise back up. So I'm gonna go out there with a pair of scissors or something.
Kick that down.
Just poop on it or something to weigh it down. That's how my thinking goes. I'm gonna poop on it. No
when
problem.
In doubt, poop
I'll
on
fix
it.
that. I'll poop on it.
That'll make it grow more.
But the goodwill at the strip clubs does not stop there.
Yeah.
Cedar Hills Baptist Church in Portland is spreading the word of God by bringing all the strippers baked goods. They figure, their thinking is these girls need God in their life, and they did it a couple years ago as well, and it was received well, by the strippers. They didn't care, whatever. But their point is, they're like, we're not sinners per se. Like, yeah, okay, maybe we don't have the best thought about job in the world,
right?
But we don't want to work at McDonald's. We don't want to work at the DMV. This is how we make our living. It doesn't mean we're bad people. But they're going to go there Saturday. It's the church's way of letting the strippers know that they care about them too. Let's see. The manager said, you can come, but we don't think it's going to do any good. Like, these people have their lives. They're at us. Because you bring them a cake doesn't mean, anything. But this is the best part. The church is sending their older parishioners there to bring them the cakes. If there's anybody you're going to send, and they said when it happened like 2 years ago, they let them come in, the dressing room, and they talk with them and all that other stuff. You're gonna let old ladies, these 80-year-old ladies or whatever, go in the back room of a strip club? I think you're gonna do more harm to the old ladies than good to the strippers.
They're gonna turn strippers. They go back there.
Like, look, Grandma, I tell you what.
It up.
I'll learn a couple prayers. You learn a couple dances. You get out there and you earn your church money.
Yeah.
You do your thing. So yeah, a lot of good religious stuff happening in the strip club world.
Yeah, I don't know. And what's the baked goods? I don't understand giving that to. Are you trying to fatten them up so they'll get fired? What are you? What are you trying to do?
Have another honey bun, sweetheart.
I mean, do you think that they're hungry, and that's why they're stripping, because they're hungry?
Who knows? Maybe that's all the church knows how to do. Baked goods. There's a problem? Baked goods.
Yep. When in doubt, throw baked goods at it.
I have a chocolate chip cookie.
Fatten you up to get off the pole.
Once that pole starts to bend, baby, it's time for you to work at McDonald's or the DMV.
Yeah, something. Yep.
A Virginia colonoscopy patient. He recorded one of his operations. Well, I guess his operation, not one of. He goes weekly. His weekly colonoscopy.
He is definitely a patient.
He recorded with his phone the whole thing. Audio.
Okay.
He kept it in his pocket. I don't know where he kept it. I was trying to find that out. Where was this phone? Did he know the girl with the .22 revolver, and she taught him a few tricks? But I don't know if you just take your clothes off. I've never been to one. I probably should. But he's suing the doctors because here he found out as soon as he went under, the doctors just started making fun of him.
Oh yeah.
They said that we knew a doctor that would eat this guy alive. This is as they're doing their thing, and they were implying that because the doctor they knew that would eat him alive, the other doctor's going, oh, he sure would, is a gay doctor. And they were trying to figure out if this guy was gay or not. They were actually having a conversation whether they thought this guy was a homosexual or not. They also joked about shooting a shotgun up his rectum. Hey, yeah, we can shoot a shotgun up this ass. I don't know if he had a wide asshole. I don't know if it was easy to get the camera in. Who knows? They didn't go into specifics.
I don't know. I'd be surprised if they get anything out. The doctors get anything out of that, because I don't know what kind of privileged circumstance is, an operation like that.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, is that room, like we were talking the other week, how that kid recorded like bullies making fun of him in the classroom, and the kid got, a felony wiretapping thing.
Oh, so is he allowed to?
Is that the same thing?
Phone? Yeah,
have a recording of that. Is that a privileged environment?
Good question.
Talking about your welfare or lack thereof.
Well, I mean, I guess you really can't use recorded evidence in court anyway, unless there's a warrant for it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It can't be recorded without your knowledge.
And they weren't hurting him.
No, they did the procedure and everything, went fine. But they just berated him the whole time.
So, you gotta wonder, I mean, did he go in there with a different intent? Did he go in there?
He said he went in there to record it because he knew they would give him post-op instructions, and he was afraid of being too loopy from the medicine. He wanted to remember.
Well, that's why they give you a fucking piece of paper.
Exactly.
Yeah, see, there's something up. Like that.
He had done it before or not.
Yeah, or he heard that they did stuff like that.
But he's suing for $1.3 million for defamation.
He defamed himself. It's not defamation. He
they
defamed
didn't put it on
himself
the
by
internet,
releasing
like,
that.
hey, look at this guy. He's got a wide asshole.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't like record that as, you know, the camera on the end of the the thing. You know, it didn't have.
Put it in there with a fishing rod. Boop.
Yeah.
Got it. Nailed it. Let's get that camera out of there. So easy these days with these wide
I don't know.
assholes.
I mean, I'm no fucking lawyer, but I'm just saying.
No, yeah.
You know, that the whole thing. I mean, how are you gonna? That just seems frivolous. That's gonna get thrown out like as soon as it goes in. As far as I can tell.
You would think,
because
based on
the main evidence that he has for defamation, which I don't think it is that recorded evidence that can't be used.
Right, like you said, he
there's
defamed
no
himself.
case.
He didn't. Unless they recorded it and put it elsewhere,
Right.
then it really doesn't have a case.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's something. Maybe there's some kind of confidentiality agreement that they violated in some way by.
Yeah, it could be.
You know, because what were the doctors in there?
Well, his thing is you're supposed to have a bedside manner as well, and these guys.
Yeah, well, whatever. You can't sue every doctor for not having a bedside manner.
They're just bad at it. They just have bad bedside manner.
That's right. You know.
That's all.
But I mean, the confidentiality thing, like between the doctor and his patient. Well, who was the doctor talking to? Was he talking to another doctor? Was he talking to the nurse? Was he talking to the anesthesiologist? And did that same agreement hold between, you know, he and the patient? And should the doctor have been saying anything like that if he was the one saying it? I don't know. I mean,
well, we'll find out in court.
Yeah.
The NYPD decided to reach out to the members of everybody of New York citizens by going out on Twitter and saying, hey, you know, if you have any cool pictures you have with cops, take a picture of yourself with one of the local cops and tweet it at hashtag MyNYPD. And if we like your picture, we're going to put it on our Facebook page, you know, advertise how much people love the cops. A few pictures came in, you know, a couple good ones. You know, like, hey, people smiling, taking selfies with cops. And then the internet took over. The Twitterverse said, you know, these guys are so out of touch with what the internet is and who's online. Pictures just started coming in like crazy. There was one said, no one bleeds my blood except me and the NYPD, and it was like a picture of just a bunch of cops carrying away this guy they had beat up, just covered in blood. Another one was a picture of a cop had this dog down on the ground, and he had his knee on the dog's neck, and he was holding it down, and it said the dog must have had iced tea and Skittles. You know, this is all kinds of stuff. Nice, good close-up pictures of like a cop going to punch a guy in the face, like he must have been holding the camera, and just this like anger, just all these angry and violent people. Not to say that none of these people deserved it. I'm sure they were
whatever individual situation
invoked the cops, but they did learn that it was not such a good idea to invite people to post pictures. So they're going to slow that down for a bit. Find some other way to post nice pictures of cops and citizens.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's good cops, there's bad cops. It's just like any other person. You know?
Yeah. What they needed to show is if you're going to post pictures like that, post the video. You know, what happened? What happened for this to escalate to that?
Well, that's the other thing too. Is any of those videos you see, you don't see before. Mm-hmm. You only see, you know, after the punch is thrown and after.
Right.
So. I don't know.
I still think it's funny they got punked on their own idea.
Yeah, it is funny.
You know? Oh, we want to reach out. Really, you're the NYPD, you're just now getting on Twitter.
Right.
You know, it may not have been as bad if you were there at the beginning. Mm-hmm. But anyway.
Or better yet, you know, have a photographer and take your own pictures and post your own pictures up there.
Let's go on the street. Let's be smart about this. I can't believe no one said, hey guys, this is a bad idea.
Or have your pictures sent to this and we'll post them on our site.
Exactly. Send it to this email address.
Right.
I don't want to become a big thing. So we'll make this the last story of the day. We're going to cut it short for our destination video. And we'll end it with Asia.
Asia again. Back to Asia.
Back to Asia. Taiwan. There's a restaurant called the Funny Sex Restaurant.
Okay.
They have describe what they do. They don't take themselves all too serious. A lot of people are pissed off about the place. But they have a lot of penis and breast themed items. Either decorations or their food comes out shaped like it.
Right.
Like they have penis pudding. And it's pudding comes out shaped like, cock and balls, on your plate. And you eat it. They have breast-shaped fondue pots that you get the stuff in. They also have blow-up dolls that you can hang out with or even eat with them. And there's a video on YouTube, if you look up the Funny Sex Restaurant, they do it's like a commercial. But even the commercial's them being like, look how wacky and crazy this is.
Yeah.
People sitting down and, doing things with nothing too vulgar, but with the blow-up dolls and eating with them. They have nipple soap dispensers in the bathrooms where it's like this set of breast and you have to push on the breast for soap to come out the nipples. They have just sex toys everywhere, all over the walls. They have all kinds of breast charts, like different shapes of breast and what they call them. Also they have a map of the world and like the most popular form of breast in each country. So it's just a neat, fun place to go. But check out the video for Funny Sex Restaurant. The rice, if you get rice with your meal, comes out. They must have a cock and balls mold because it just comes out and your rice is cock and balls. It's pretty good.
It's good except for the guy that has to keep washing those cock and ball molds all day.
Yeah, what you do all day? Wash a bunch of cock and balls.
Because they can't have many of them. They probably have a few, but
yeah, I mean,
it's gonna keep washing those same ones.
Molded. Would it be worse to clean them or worse to be the guy that presses the molds?
To clean them, because you're seeing them all. I mean, you're seeing it all the time, and you gotta look. You gotta scrub out like the top and the bottoms.
Let me get the tip here. The tip always stays the dirtiest. Well, no one wants smelly balls. Let me get the balls.
Clean all that stuff out.
All right. Well, we will call this an episode. Make sure you check out our website, tocommute.com, TWOcommute.com. Follow us on Twitter @DriverPassenger. Check out our Facebook page, The Commute. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, The Commute Podcast, or shoot us an email about anything you want. Want us to talk about something, want to give us ideas, pros, cons of the show, whatever you want, @TheCommutePodcast@Comcast.net. See you soon.